research. That means we collect many data or many facts from our experiment or our everyday life, then we combine together and then we come to a decision or conclusion. So this is inductive. And deductive is something different, just the opposite. Opposite means there is a theory, and from the theory there is a theory. From the theory you make the experiment, you conduct the research. So you, there is a theory about anything, maybe computer science, maybe social science, maybe business, maybe mathematics. So you apply this theory for some experiment, you apply this theory for other experiment, you apply this for other experiment, and then you will analyze what are the results you are getting. Is this theory applicable for all the situation? Is this theory applicable for some situation and maybe it's not working for other situation? So finally you make some comments. Okay, so the theory is there, so we have tested the thing, and it is useful for this purpose, and it is not useful for other purpose. So that will be your research article, or that will be your thesis paper. So that is called deductive approach, deductive thesis. Okay, so in this case we are actually using the inductive approach. Is it okay? Do you have a little idea on this, inductive and deductive? Okay, so that will be helpful. Yes, that will be helpful later, some other time. So in this chapter, we do not need to think about all this. We will concentrate on the inductive method, or induction method, or method of induction. Okay. So uh, let me write that thing also. Method of induction. Okay. So here what we do, normally we apply this method for a series, for a mathematical series kind of problem. But it is not always true that you have to apply series. Not always true. So I will show you how to do that. So let me give you question. Question like, by using the method of induction, uh, prove that, okay, so prove that, say I'm giving you two questions here, prove that number one is, say 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus 7 plus dot uh, up to 2n minus 1 is equal to n square. Okay, I will give n square. Okay, another question. This is not a series, I'm just giving you another question to show that sometimes it may not be a series of numbers. So the question is 3 to the power n is less than factorial n. Yes, it is correct. So it is like 3 to the power n. I will give you to the power n is less than factorial n, where n is greater than 6. N is greater than 6. N is natural number and greater than 6. Okay, so not fraction. Okay, so this is the condition given. So what is the power actually? I am writing it by my hand. So this is n square, the right side n square, and this one is 3. Second question, it is 3 to the power n, 3 to the power n, and on the right side factorial n, So is that okay? Do you understand my question now? So I will show you two problems today. So for the first one and second one, you apply the method of induction and definitely you apply the same pattern. So in the method of induction, what is the pattern? The pattern is you will have 4 steps. You will have 4 steps. So what are the 4 steps? I'm just writing one by one, then you will understand. In the exam answer script, you do not need to write the step number 1, step number 2, no need, but you have to understand and you have to follow. So what are the steps here? So the first step is you assume that the theory is correct, or you check that the theory is correct for a single value. So normally we start with the first step of the stair. Okay, first step of the stair. So what is the first step? Normally it is 1. So you apply the theory with the first step. Normally it is first. If you apply 2 or 3, fine, no problem. So what you do, you check for n equal to 1. That means n equal to 1. That means we are taking only the first number. So do you think the first number is 1? Yes, first number is 1. How it is coming? This is the general form of the number. It is 2n minus 1. 2n minus 1 means when n equal to 1, it is actually 2 into 2 minus 1. So it is 1. So this is our first number. So if n equal to 1, what we have in our left side? In our left side, we have only 1. So you can directly write 1, no problem, because we are taking the first number, it is 1, and we are taking n equal to 1. This is also the same thing, it is 1. So this is our left side. And what about the right side? If n equal to 1, then the right hand side will be 1 square, because it is n square. So 1 square is again 1. So what we see is, if n equal to 1, left side and right side are equal. So you can say as the left hand side and right hand side are equal, so the theory is correct. That is the relationship given. Uh, this will be that it is correct. So we check this for a certain value. For a certain value, normally the first value. This is our step number 1. And then we go to the next step. So next step is we assume that this is correct for another value which is unknown. Okay, so you will assume means you will write, let us assume that, okay, uh, the given relationship or the given equation, okay, or given theory, whatever you say, no problem, given equation is true or correct, you can write for uh, for n equal to k. N equal to k. We do not know what is k. So any integer. Any integer, in this case, all the integers are given here. So we are thinking that any integer k, or you can say for sum. Okay, for sum means there will be a number which is k inside the natural number set. Okay, so this is we are assuming. So let us assume that the given equation is true for this. Then what will happen? So we can write 1, then plus 3, then plus 5, then plus dot dot dot. So what will be the last? What is the last number in this case? Left side last number.
Sir, n minus 1.
No, why n minus 1? Because you are putting n equal to k. Then this is the last number. This is the last number every time. It is 2n minus 1. This is the last number. Isn't it? Every number is like that. So the last number will be 2k minus 1. Last number will be 2k minus 1. Is that okay? Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
N equal to k you are putting. So last number is this. Because in the pattern, in the equation, it is 2n minus 1. So you can stop n equal to 5. You can stop n equal to 7. You can stop at n equal to 500. That is not a problem. So if you want to stop n equal to 5, then what will happen? If you want to stop here, then what will happen? It will be 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus 7 plus 9 and then stop. Why? Because n equal to 5, you can put it here. 2 into 5 minus 1. So 10 minus 1, it is 9. So this is the left side thing. And what will be the right side? Right side will be 5 square. So can you check, is this correct? You can check. 1 plus 3, 4. 4 plus 5, 9. 9 and 7, 16 and plus 9 equal to 25. So it is 25. Yes, correct. So if you think that I will stop at n equal to 500, then again in the same way you will go dot 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 2 into 500 minus 1. That is the last term in the left side. And what is the right side? 500 square. That's all. So in this way we can think about the sequence or series given. So now you are thinking that we will stop at n equal to k. So if you want to stop at n equal to k, then fine, you write the last number as 2k minus 1. So we are writing 2k minus 1. That is the left side. And what you will write in the right side? What will be the right side thing? K square. K square. Because we are assuming that the theory is correct. So theory is correct for a certain value k. So this is k square in the right side and 1357 2k minus 1 is the left side. So this is your one equation. It is correct equation. It is taken from the given theory. And we are assuming that this theory is correct for n equal to k. So this is the situation. Now this part is step number 2. So the first thing, putting a number, it is step number 1. And the second part, what we are writing now, this is step number 2. And then you move to the third step. So what is your third step? You check with the next number. You check with the next number. Now let us investigate. Let us investigate. Investigate means we are not sure whether the theory is correct or not. We are checking. So you can write, let us check. Okay, that is also okay. So let us investigate with n equal to next number. Next number means k plus 1. So this is the investigation part, and then you write the left hand side. So what will happen with the left hand side? So left hand side will be, if you write this, okay, let me write it in other place. Can I erase the upper portion, the question?
Yes, sir. Sir,
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
yes.
investigating with k plus 1 is step 3.
Yes, that part will be step number 3. So now we are checking what happens with the investigation part. That is actually we are checking with k plus 1 because the origin what you will write in the left side. Nobody can tell me how possible. You should tell. The left side then. I already showed you an example. If n equal to 5, then what will be
Yes,
the
sir.
left
Since
side?
it's k plus 1, so sir, it will be 1 plus 3 plus 5 up to 2 into k plus 1 minus 1. So that
Correct.
will be just
Yes.
2k.
Yes, it is correct. So you will write like
Yes, that
1 is
is
the first number,
plus
then
1.
3, then 5, and then dot 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 dot. It is correct. And the last number will be 2. Let me use second bracket. So 2, then k plus 1, then minus 1. So this will be the last number. So everyone is okay with this. This is actually 2k plus 1. 2k plus 1 because
Yes,
it is 2k plus 2 minus 1. So it's okay. 2k plus 1, 2k k plus 1 minus 1, that is also fine. No problem. That is not our problem. So this is the last thing. You have to understand this will be the last term. Now the point is, what is the second last? What is the term just before this? What is the term just before this? What is
2k
the
Sir,
minus
second
1.
last?
minus 2, 2 into k plus 1 minus 2.
Mm, almost correct, but it is not fully correct. So what she is thinking, it is like the previous one is 2 less. Previous one is 2 less than the
Okay,
next
sir,
one.
minus 3.
Yes, correct. Because minus 1 is already here. So more minus 2. Yes, now it is. Now you are right. You understand my point.
Yes,
So
sir.
this way you can think what is the second last number. It is correct. Okay. See, someone is so smart and thinking in a correct way. But my point is not that. My target is you will think in a little different way. Little different way, like it will be 2 into k minus 1. It will be actually like that. Why k minus 1? Because the last term is we are putting n equal to k plus 1. So the term before, one term before, that will be n equal to k definitely. Because what is n here? N equal to 1 for this case. What is n here for 3? It is n equal to 2. What is n here? It is n equal to 3. So every time it is one more n. So in this case it is k plus 1 n value, and for this case it will be k, only k. Is it okay? Do you understand my point?
Yes, sir.
So you can think in this way. You can think in this way. That will be the general solution. That will be the general solution for every problem. But the other idea you are saying, that is also correct. So it will not be generally correct for every problem. In this problem, it is correct because one number is 2 more than the previous one. So every time 2 more, 2 more, 2 more, like that. That is why you are going back, so you are doing -2. So it's fine, it is correct. But this idea, what I am giving you now, this idea is generally correct for all situations. So you think in that way, then the previous number will be 2 into k minus 1. Now it is important because now you can apply the value in equation number 1. You can apply the value in equation number 1. So how you can apply? Because if you think up to the second last, this whole thing will be your equation number 1. So you can write k square up to the second last number. You can write k square, just directly k square, that's it. And then you have the other part. So what is the other part? That will be 2k plus 2 minus 1, actually 2k plus 1. So this is k square and then plus 2k, then plus 1. So what is it? It is k plus 1 whole square. So do you think it is right hand side? It is right hand side, yes. When k equal to n equal to k plus 1. So if you put n equal to k plus 1, the right hand side is k plus 1 whole square. That means n square. So it is matching with the right side. Okay. So this part is coming here as k plus 1, and this is coming from equation number 1. This is equation number 1. Is that okay? So this whole section is the step number 3. This whole section is the step number 3. So now you have step number 1 and then 2 and then 3. And if you find out left side equal to right side for n equal to k plus 1, then you can go to the next step. So next step is nothing actually. Next step is your conclusion. That is, you will now conclude. Now you will say, okay, now you will say, therefore, okay, the equation is correct. Okay, the equation is proved as true, okay, for all n natural numbers. So just a concluding remark, just a conclusion you will write. That will be your step 4. So is it important? Yes, it is very, very important. If you do not write this conclusion, then nobody will understand what you are doing. Actually, you are checking with a number, fine. Then you are assuming that it is correct for a certain number. Then you are moving to the next value of that and then finish. Then it is not the induction method. It is not the thing you are coming to a conclusion. You have to write down something. It is your own word. You can write that the theory is proved. Okay, fine. You can write, okay, proved by the method of induction. Fine. You can write big sentence, small sentence, does not matter, but there is a concluding remark necessary for this type of problem. Is that okay? Yes.
Calculation just as this.
Which one?
Hardest calculation.
K square or
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
k square is coming from here. K square is coming from here. 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus up to 2k minus 1 is equal to k square. So this is coming from here. So why it is coming from here? Because we assumed that the given theory is correct. So what was the given theory? This is the given theory. It was like 2n minus 1 equal to n square. So instead of n, in the place of n, you are putting any number. So I am writing k. You can write p, or you can write a, you can write b, you can write c, any variable you can put. So you put any variable and you say that I am assuming the theory is correct for n equal to k, for a certain number, for a certain unknown number k, it is correct. So why you are assuming like that? Why you are saying that, okay, maybe theory correct for n equal to k? Why? Because you showed something in the step number 1. So what did you show? You showed that if we take n equal to 1, then it is working. Then it is working. Left side, right side is correct, equal. So you already showed that the theory is correct for n equal to 1. So if n equal to 1, it is correct. Maybe n equal to 5 is also correct. You can check. Maybe n equal to 100 is also correct. So you can check left side, right side. So if you can see, or if you can prove that the theory is correct for a certain value, so you are assuming that, okay, let us assume n equal to k and the theory is correct. So if the theory is correct, then you can write 1357 up to 2k minus 1 equal to k square, because this is the theory actually. This is the given thing. And now you stop here as a, fact. As a fact you have on your hand. Now you move to the next. So why you are moved to the next step? Because you want to show that if n equal to k is correct, then n equal to k plus 1 is also correct. You have got the catch.
Yes, sir. Yes.
If you just show that n equal to 17 is correct, if n equal to 17 is correct, then you are showing n equal to 17 plus 1, that means 18. In this case it is n equal to 18. So n equal to 18 is also correct. So what about the repetition of this process? What about the looping? If you come back here again and you start with n equal to 18, now you are thinking n equal to, if n equal to 18 is correct, then n equal to 19 is also correct. So you come back again and then start with 19, then 19 is correct, then also 20 correct, and then come back again, 20 is correct, so 21 is also correct. So in this pattern, you can say that it is the pattern, it is the looping, it is the repetition, so it is the induction. So you go to the next value, go to the next value, go to the next value, again and again and again, and you will say the theory is correct for every time. All the numbers in the world will match. So this is how we actually prove the method of induction. Is that okay? Do you understand this now?
Sir, sir, I have another question, sir.
Yes.
In the step number 3, how can we get 2k plus 2 minus 1 in the second line, sir?
You just expand this bracket.
Yes, sir.
You expand this bracket, 2 into k, 2 into 1. So 2k plus 2, then minus 1.
Sir,
Is-
should I
is-
multiply sign before the 1, sir?
Which one? This one?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Minus 1? No, minus 1 is minus 1.
We shouldn't multiply with the bracket.
No. The thing is, original pattern was 2n minus 1. That is the original thing given in your question. Right? Is that okay? This is the last term in your question. Is this okay?
Yes, sir.
So you put n equal to k plus 1. That's it. So এখন কোথায় multiply কোথায় minus তুমি নিজে বসায় দেখো।
বুঝতে পারছি স্যার।
Okay. So this is one example. Let me show you the second example also. Can I erase this? So in the same pattern, you can prove many series kind of problems. There are many problems possible. So let me show you another example, that is the other question I have given you today. So other question is question number 2, and you follow the same pattern. So you follow the same pattern means you first step is you show that the theory is correct for a certain value. For any certain value is okay, but normally we put the first value. So what is the first value here? What is the first value here? Check the second question and tell me what is the first value. What we should take for n equal to
N
first value.
should be natural number and more than 6. So the first value can be 7.
Yes, correct. So first value can be 7. You cannot put less than 7 thing. So if you put first value that is 7, what is your left side? What is your left hand side? 3 to the power 7, isn't it? So what is the 3 to the power 7 value? What is 3 to the power 7?
So that is 2187. 2187.
2187.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so what is the right hand side?
Right hand side
7
is the factorial of 7.
factorial 7. Yes. So what is the factorial 7?
Sir, 5040.
5040. Okay. So is this correct? Is this okay?
Yes, sir.
What was the theory?
That
Less
the
than.
factorial will be bigger.
Okay. So now you say, okay, now you say, therefore left side is less than the right side. Okay, for n equal to 7, that is the first value. So it is proved. We have shown something, so it's fine. Just keep it there. This is your step number 1. Now what to do? What is the second step? What is the second step? What you will do next?
Take an unknown number.
Exactly. So yes. So exactly. You will write. Let us assume. Okay. Let us assume that 3 to the power k is less than k factorial for a k definitely in the natural number set, and k is more than 7. So more than 7 natural number, anything can be there, maybe 50, maybe 700, maybe 9400, we do not know. we are assuming that some number which is k, and that will work, that will be fine with the theory. So this is our theory, and it is actually equation number 1. You can think that this is equation number 1. 3 to the power k is less than k factorial. This is the equation number 1. So are you writing equation number 1 or not writing? That does not matter. That is not the big thing. So you will go to the next step. So what is your next step? You will investigate what happens with k plus 1. So now we check. Okay, with k plus 1. So now you will check with n equal to k plus 1, just the next value. So if the theory is correct for k, this will be the relationship. This will be the relationship we already know. Now we check with k plus 1. Then we will find out what happens in the left side and what happens in the right side. So what happens in the left side? So let us start with left side. So what will be your left side? Left side will be 3 to the power k plus 1. Isn't it? This will
Yes,
be 3 to the
sir.
power k plus 1. So if you write 3 to the power k and then into 3 to the
3.
power 1. So
Yes,
this
sir.
is also all right, no problem. Isn't it? Is there any problem?
No, sir.
No. So if you change, now if you change 3 to the power k, if you do not write 3 to the power k, and in that place if you write k factorial, then what will happen? I mean, you are changing 3 to the power k and you are writing k factorial, and there is another part 3. So 3 is just there, we are not changing 3. It is 3 to the power 1, it is 3 to the power 1. We are changing the 3 to the power k part. So if you do not write 3 to the power k, if you write k factorial in place of that, what will happen? Will it be equal or less than or greater than?
Less than.
It
Yes,
it
sir.
is.
It will be less than.
It is less than. It is less than, because 3 to the power k was less than k factorial. So this part is less than this. Is that okay? Do you understand?
Oh, yes, sir.
Everyone is okay with this. Now I am not writing equal sign. I am writing less than. So again, if I change 3, and if I write k plus 1, then what will happen? K factorial is all right. I am not changing k factorial now. And into I am writing k plus 1, not the 3. Not the 3. In place of 3, I am writing k plus 1. Now what will happen? Will it be more bigger or smaller? Or you do not know?
More bigger, sir.
More bigger. So
Sir.
how can you be sure about that? What is your logic?
Sir, because of sir, already sir, we know sir, factorial is bigger than sir.
No. That is not logic. We are not.
K is already more than 7.
We are
so
not changing factorial. K factorial, same. We are
So, sir-
changing 3 and k plus 1. Yes.
so
Yes,
sir,
tell
K
me.
is already more than 7. So K plus 1 will obviously be
That is
more
the
than
logic. That is the logic. So k is already more than 7. So it may be 8. It may be 9. Sorry. It is not more than 7. The theory was it was more than 6, right?
Oh, yes, sir. But I thought in
Eh,
step 1 you took n equals to 7. That's why.
No, it's
Oh.
okay. No, I mean, it is correct, but more than 6 means 7 is the starting, then move on. So more than 7 is also correct, because one thing already we showed, but it is should be written more than 6. So more than 6 means 7. So if you put 7, it is 8. Then 3 is less than 8. If you put 7 or 8 or 9 or 10 or 100, it is always more than 3, isn't it? So we actually come to the decision that the right side is more bigger. Right side is more bigger because 3 is smaller than k plus 1. 3 is smaller than k plus 1. K plus 1 may be 8, k plus 1 may be 9, 10, 11, 12, but not less than that. So every time the k plus 1 will be more bigger, so we can write this is bigger again. Is that okay? Now in the next step, what is the next step? So next step is what you can write for the right side thing, k factorial into k plus 1. Who can tell me?
So that is k plus 1 factorial.
K plus 1 factorial, correct. It is correct. It is k plus 1 factorial. So everyone understands this? It is like if you check like 5 factorial into 6, then what you can write? It is 6 factorial. Okay. 7 factorial into the next number 8. So what will be the answer? 8 factorial, like that. Okay. So in this case, it will be k plus 1 factorial. Now what you put in the middle?
Equal sign.
This is equal. This is equal.
Yes,
Not
sir.
less than, not greater than. It is equal. So is this k plus 1 factorial? Is this your right hand side?
Yes, sir.
This is your right hand side. So what is happening actually? You start with left hand side and then you are doing something and this is less than right hand side. So left hand side is less than right hand side. So left hand side is less than right hand side when it is happening when n equal to k plus 1. So we are checking that the theory is correct for the next value also. Next value means k plus 1 value. So this is our step number 3. Now if you finish here, if you do not write anything, then it will be wrong. I will cut marks for that because this is actually logically meaningless. Logically meaningless, you have to write a conclusion. So you can write therefore the relationship, okay, relation, therefore the relationship given is proved. Okay. The relationship given is proved by induction. Okay, you can just write induction. Fine, that is fine. I will give you full marks. What is the sentence you are writing? That is not our main point. Main point is you have to have a concluding remark or the conclusion. That is the step number 4 and that will complete the induction method process. Is that okay? So that is all for today's class and the chapter is finished. We will start something new tomorrow. Yes.
Okay, sir.